Well, let's take a look at this damn dossier.
And then what would I do to get out of trouble? If Burton discovered me, all would have been for nothing. In that situation, I just had to hope that Alice would come up with something brilliant.
That's not good at all. Lars is stuck and he can't move without being noticed. I have to go in again, but this time I really don't know what excuse I could fabricate. All right, the only solution is to find something I can use as leverage to distract Burton.
Now who the hell is... Come in.
It's me again.
Blessed Virgin Mary, what's wrong now?
Well, I just wanted to...
Are you done with those case files we talked about?
I finished everything I have to do, so I was hoping that maybe I could stay here for a bit to watch you work for now. You know, to understand how a great leader behaves during his working time.
Oh, well, if you put it that way, go ahead, but don't disturb me. This Ramos thing is driving me crazy. If we don't close the case soon, the DA will demand my head on a silver platter with a nice apple in my mouth.
Such an absurd situation he's gotten himself into. But above all, what an absurd situation he's put me in. I must observe him carefully.
The best way to learn. Very clever.
I must observe...
The best...
Such an absurd situation, but above... I must observe...
The best way...
I must observe...
The best...
Such an absurd situation, but above all, what an absurd situation he's put... I need to focus. I don't think so. I need to focus. No. I don't need to check my notes. I just have to distract Burton somehow. I need to focus. No. I need to... It doesn't match what I think... Mr. Burton, can I say you look particularly stressed today?
You can say that again, Miss Sharp. This case is really taking its toll on me.
Can I do anything to help you?
Come to think of it, today I didn't have time to buy the Harbinger. I know you're not here for that kind of task, but...
Don't worry. I'll stop by the newsstand and get a copy of the newspaper.
Oh, if the previous assistants were like you, I'd have had fewer headaches.
Fraternize with people and they will provide solutions for you. The newspaper will block part of his view and Lazarus can do whatever he needs to. Psst. Are you talking to me?
Yeah. You know, I hear there's a new wizard in Florida. He's going to open a theme park in Orlando.
I usually wouldn't stop for such an approach, but I've always had a passion for theme parks. Seems interesting.
I can send you something to look at, if you leave your email.
Of course, write it down. All lowercase. alicesharp.hpd@gmail.com.
Perfect. I'm Gillis, by the way. Nice to meet you, Alice.
You won't send me anything weird, right?
Trust me, it will be magic.
I should ask the news vendor first. Good morning.
Oh, hello, mademoiselle. Do you need something?
I need to pick up today's newspaper for Chief Inspector Burton.
Bien sûr. It's $2.50. Ma petite.
Oh no, the chief must have forgotten to give me the necessary amount. Could you please put this on the HPD account?
Like your crazy colleague who never pays? Je suis désolé, but I really cannot.
I understand. Thanks anyway. Hello again.
Tell me everything, mademoiselle.
Look, I have the money, but it would take everything I have for lunch. In short, can't you meet me halfway somehow?
Pas de problème. You could help me with my little passion for painting. I'm particularly specialized in female nudes.
Here's the money.
Dommage. I never find any models.
Well, at least I'll keep my figure and my dignity. It cost me dearly, but helping Lazarus could give my career a nice boost. I don't think I have... Here is today's newspaper.
You're an angel, my dear. You'll go far with your sense of initiative.
Brava, the intern. With that move, she partially blocked Burton's line of sight. I could use that to distract Burton, but not from where I was, where I'd risk making matters worse. From where I was, the exit seemed to be unreachable. Burton would have seen me despite the newspaper. His view was partially... I would have just one chance to get out of that lousy situation.
Damn call center. They won't leave you in peace even during work.
There. That was my chance.
Answer. Who is this?
Lazarus!
Lars. Lazarus is far too biblical.
Okay, but tell me I didn't unnecessarily risk my career.
All went smooth as silk. Admit it. You doubted my skills.
I still do. The mental ones, at least.
Wait, what?
Explain it to me. If you didn't enter by the main door, how did you sneak into the office?
I challenge the laws of gravity in spite of the danger, sister.
So you'd run such a risk just to pursue a case like any other? You don't fool me, Lazarus Bundy. There's something big going on, and I'm sure it has to do with Kathrin Mulzberg's kidnapping.
You know the Mulzbergs?
I don't think there's anyone in the city that hasn't heard all about it. Anyway, try not to break your neck, please. I feel like you could help me get out of here soon.
Ambitious and endowed with insight. Maybe that girl could really be useful to me, and not just as bait. After all, I really needed help. Now that I had my badge again, I was free to investigate as I wished. I just had to recover Green Dart, and the dance would begin. Hello.
Hi.
We'll catch up.
Keep me...
I was all out of ideas. I've had enough of his government conspiracies. Sometimes, my obsession... I had nothing else to ask him. She was planning to commit to film every detail that might be worth showing to her relatives. That fountain was horrible. I didn't know why she took pictures of it so earnestly. No matter how hard I thought it was better to look for another solution. Ramos was... I'd already raided everything I could. I thought it was better to... I had nothing else to say. The fountain wasn't especially large. Admitted a... I was happy to... The mason was building a wall in a cross-section of the HPD. He had a remarkable... I had nothing else... Maybe. I thought it was better to look for another... The tube would have been perfect for leverage, but there were no grooves in the cover to insert it. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't see a good reason to do that. Obviously, the magnet attracted the metal, but not enough to lift the manhole cover. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't see... I could see my reflection on the glass door. And... I thought it was better to look for another... Hello, good man.
What?
I'll go enjoy this amazing...
I hope it...
I suppose asking you to borrow the drill would be too bold.
I'd let you take it, since it belongs to that inept fool on the street. But then he would go postal on me, and I would never hear the end of it. But if you want to use it here, I'm fine with it. Go ahead and drain the battery completely.
A portable drill, equipped with battery. I knew all about such things since I decided to buy my house furnishings from a very cheap furniture store. Instructions in Swedish meant that it took 2 days to assemble everything. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't drill in that spot. I didn't understand how... Better think about it. I thought it was better to look for... I thought it was better to... As always, Miami left me breathless. One of the many city parks where you can go jogging by the sea. Not that I ever jogged in my life, but sometimes I lurked on some bench watching the girls running. I would have gladly gone to the beach rather than spending my day at the office. Well, maybe I would do it later. Miami stood out against the horizon, dazzling as always. Yeah, it wasn't exactly an easy city to live in, with its alarming traffic and no subway. But for me, it had always been a place where the sun rose. Another amazing sunny day in Miami. Yet that day the sky had, I don't know, something magnetic. One of the many city parks where you can go jogging by the sea. Not that I ever jogged in my life, but sometimes I lurked on some bench watching the girls running. One of the many city parks, not. Miami stood out. Yeah. Hello, good.
What?
I'll go.
I hope...
Hello, good man. I'll go and...
I hope.
In that moment... Sometimes... In that moment... No matter how... I thought it was... I did... In that... I thought it was... In that... It was a welder, used for... The window was made with a... I started feeling like probably yes, but with what could I weld it? It was a welder. I thought it was better to look for another... The window was made with a peculiar metallic frame. In that moment... Maybe. Hello. I'll go. I had nothing else to ask him. Putting it in my pocket was out of the question, if needed. I thought it was better. The mason was building a wall and he had... I had nothing else to... No matter how hard I... In that moment, I thought it was better to look... No matter how hard I tried... It was a toolbox. I didn't Maybe. I thought it was better to... Maybe. Sometimes. Maybe. Was it... I thought it was... The mason was building a wall and he had... Putting him up if... I was all out of ideas. In that moment, I didn't understand how that could possibly help. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't see a good reason. In that moment, it didn't seem to be a good solution. Maybe. No matter how hard I... Maybe. I couldn't... I don't know what prompted me to attach that magnet to the window. Sometimes, I like to follow my instinct. Yes, I perforated the magnet exactly in the center. Hello, good man. I'll go.
I hope.
Was it really worth it? In that moment, it didn't seem to be a good solution to me. It provided access to many tourists love visiting sewers. I had nothing else to ask him. Maybe. The magnet wasn't strong enough to attract the tools. I didn't under... She was planning to... I found... Hello. I'll go... Was it really worth it? I was all out of... I thought it was... Once again? There was no sense in cheating death again now that I thought it was better to look for... In that moment... I didn't understand how that could... It's incredible how undervalued the skills of the working class are. In that moment, I was all out of ideas. I had nothing else to ask him. I had nothing else. I had nothing. I had nothing. I had nothing. Ram. I had nothing else to say. She was planning to commit to film. The fountain was admitted. Was it really worth? Was it really? The magnet. There was a toolbox that. I didn't under. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't see a good in that moment, I didn't. Was it really? No matter how hard I tried. That was Wheelo, Visitor Service Sect. His role. I still couldn't take the... Was it really worth it? I was all out of ideas. Sometimes, it was a long and robust tape measure. When I was a kid... The tube would have been... I really like the idea. I could combine its magnetic potential with the tube's length and strength, resulting in a diabolical device. I realized, though, that the magnet pull would not be enough to keep the two pieces firmly joined together. I'd have to think of something else. In that moment, it didn't seem to be a good solution to me. The tube fitted the whole of... I wasn't sure, though, whether magnetic strength alone would be enough. Maybe. I thought it was better to look for another... Maybe. Or... I need your incredible ability with the welder. You see this pole?
I see it. And you can stick that right where the sun doesn't shine. If you really want to bother someone on the work site, try that drunkard near the newsstand. He really loves killing time with bores. Not that wasting time is really a problem with those horrible walls he raises up.
Rude and mean, but I could sense some resentment towards the Mason. Maybe I could exploit that to my advantage. Hello, good.
What?
I'll go. Hello. The blacksmith was right. It looks perfect, but upon closer inspection, the flaws really stand out.
You aren't talking about my newly stuccoed wall, are you?
Oh, not me. The blacksmith working on the upper floor.
How could that jerk dare to criticize me? You know what I say in return?
I'm all ears.
That beard that he proudly parades around is dyed. Just a meager counterfeit.
Oh, that's a low blow.
Yes, and now it's high time all the world knows it, once and for all. There we are. I hope this will teach him to shut that big mouth.
It's a real piece of art. In my humble opinion, you even helped improve the neighborhood. I think the blacksmith would really like that little masterpiece. The Masons' writing had attracted a crowd down on the street. Lucky for them, because soon, an unforgettable show was about to start. The writing of the Mason had attracted a crowd. The writing of the Mason... Hello.
What?
I think there's something you need to see as soon as possible.
What are you talking about?
Here you go. The atomic bomb. I really don't have the heart to tell you. You'd better look for yourself. It's down the street. The whole world fell silent. The birds stopped singing. Everything stood still.
Holy Mother! This beard is sacred. A Shaolin monk taught me to groom it while I was at a spiritual retreat. Since then, I've looked after it every day of my life, like a perfect bonsai.
That writing on the ground says the exact opposite.
This offense will be repaid in blood.
Les bombes!
So I was left with my last cigarette. The one for emergency only. Yeah, emergency. Yet I'd find myself lighting that same cigarette only a few hours later. It exhausted its usefulness. The welder was a... Now that the blacksmith wasn't around anymore, I could use his welder. Now the magnet wouldn't fall off the tube so easily. With the tool I'd ingeniously fabricated, I would be certainly able to lift the manhole cover.
You already found a new job, I see.
Actually, I